Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here. This is going to be another game of MLB The Show 24, and we are getting closer to MLB The Show 25, but this is the first day of February actually. This video is being filmed on February 1st, 2025, so happy February to everybody. Not really one of my favorite months. I prefer when the weather's getting warmer, but it will be soon. But anyway, this is a squad that I have arranged for all of you. Now, may not do the best with this one, but I decided to just have some fun with it. And this one is people that have played for the Baltimore Orioles. Some of you may have had an idea of what it is. Some of you may not. But this is pretty much how I arranged it. So, for this one, we're going to be looking at the starting lineup as I have put this for you all. So pretty much, this is the squad that I put together. And now, of course, these are players. Most of them started their career with the Baltimore Orioles, and then they had better careers with other teams or not so great careers, or some are still playing to this day. Or some of these players came to the Baltimore Orioles because either the Orioles needed help, like when they were struggling all them years in the 2000s and 2010s until 2012. Also, people that came to the Orioles when the Orioles were doing good and they wanted to take that player, off of that team, pretty much. And some of these players came to the Orioles at the end of their career. So some of them did, but I will, explain some of them as well. So here we go. Starting in the leadoff spot at shortstop, we have Louis Aparicio. Now, if you don't know who he is, he's a player from the 50s and the 60s. He won a World Series ring with the Orioles in 1966. I'm pretty sure he was on that roster. And he was our shortstop. And then came Mark Belanger and a man named Cal Ripken Jr., which is very familiar to me. But anywho, Aparicio spent many seasons with the Chicago White Sox and then came to the Orioles. He won the Rookie of the Year with them. But he has had some pretty good seasons with them. But yeah, he is a person that played for us. I think from 64, I want to say, till about 67, or I don't really know what year. I think he spent 3 or 5 seasons with us. Again, I don't really know exactly, but I know that he played for us, for them seasons in the 60s. At center field, I really should have changed this up, actually, but he really was a right fielder, but we have Eric Davis. Now, Eric Davis spent 2 seasons with Baltimore in 1997 and 1998. Unfortunately, he missed a lot of 1997, but he came back in 1998, and I think he won the Comeback Player of the Year award, something like that. And he had a really good season, but I think he was injured a little bit at the end of 98. He wasn't even an all-star, which is crazy. And he batted 320 or something with Baltimore, which was great. And, of course, he had seasons with Cincinnati and I think Detroit and the Dodgers, too. But I haven't really used this card that much. I mean, I have used him once, and it probably was in the game for the all-time Cincinnati Reds, or it might have been something else. I have used him in Play Against the Computer, as you can see by the stats. But nonetheless, he definitely deserves a spot, because he's one of them players that people, I think, have forgotten about. Now we have Manny Machado. Now, Manny Machado, of course, spent a lot of seasons with the Orioles from 2013 to 2018. And Manny Machado was an all-star, I think, at least 2 or 3 times with Baltimore. He was in 2013, I believe 15 and 16 and 18. So that would be at least 4 times, I think. I have to look it over. I mean, maybe he wasn't in 2015, but actually, no, 2016, I don't think he was. Actually, I thought he was. But anywho, I know I did not have him on the roster because they also do have another one, which is the out-of-position card, but I don't like using those out-of-position ones. And also, we don't have Harold Baines. The only one we have is the Harold Baines out-of-position one. I wish they had a hitter. They may release one more, but I don't think they're going to be dropping any more stuff now with MLB The Show 25 on the way. But still, I mean, yeah, he's not better than Brooks Robinson, and of course I really liked him, in the beginning, but now he's just kind of, to me, he's unfortunately a little overrated. And he had some good seasons with Baltimore, but now he's just pretty much crazy now. So I hate to say it, Zach, but it's true. But he's still, a pretty good player. But we'll move on. At first base, we have Jim Thome. Now, you're probably questioning, why is Jim Thome on here? Well, Jim Thome actually played in 2012 with Baltimore. It was at the end of his career. He was with Philadelphia, and he got traded to us, which I was extremely excited about. He didn't put up great numbers. He did hit some home runs, and he was inducted to the Hall of Fame 5 years later. And yeah, I was glad that Jim Thome played for us. Even though it was at the end of his career, but still, that's fine, because these are just people that pretty much played for the Orioles. This is not the all-time. So, yeah. At designated hitter, we're going with Sammy Sosa. And yes, Sammy Sosa spent one season with Baltimore in 2005. And this is one of the biggest trades that the Orioles got. And you know what? I just realized somebody that is on the roster. And I'm actually going to replace somebody on there. And let me take care of that real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I fixed that now. Now, once again, Sammy Sosa, he spent a really good amount. Hold on, let me make another change. All right, so just made another change in my lineup again. But anyway, Sammy Sosa was traded to the Orioles for Jerry Hairston Jr., and this was a big, huge trade for Baltimore, but Sosa did not put up the numbers that he, we were hoping that he was going to. And we also don't have Melvin Moore in the game, and we don't have Miguel Tejada. Two people, that also played for Baltimore. We don't have Javi Lopez or anybody else. So, yeah. But Sosa, once again, he came to Baltimore. Everybody was really, really excited about that, including myself. But he really did not put up the numbers he was supposed to. We were hoping he was going to. Pretty much, he still played some games, but in the month of July, he was injured, and he sat out the rest of the season because he was injured. I think personally, he just didn't want to play anymore, but he did play one more year in 2007 for the Texas Rangers, and there you go. At designated hitter, and actually not a designated hitter, at right field, we have Vladimir Guerrero, or Vladimir Guerrero Sr., but just Vladimir Guerrero. This guy played for the Orioles in 2011, and it was his final season in the majors. He played for the Texas Rangers in 2010, and he was an all-star. He had a good season, but not so much with Baltimore. He did have over 160 hits with Baltimore. Now, there is another Vladimir Guerrero card, which is a parallel 4 card, but I'm using that for the squad, just to get him up to parallel 5, hopefully. But Vladimir Guerrero, he had, I think, maybe close to 20 home runs, maybe more than that. I didn't really look up the stats. But this is another player, we were looking forward to having on our squad. But, however, we really wanted him in 2004 when Vladimir Guerrero, was at his prime. In 2011, he was kind of at the end of his career. But the Orioles did sign him to a one-year deal. He only played designated hitter. He did not play right field. And he pretty much, had a decent season. Not a terrible season, but he had some good seasons. Well, just the one. And Nick Markakis is not in the game either, and neither is Adam Jones. We really could use those people. Over in left field, we have Tim Raines. Tim Raines Sr., this is. Now, he did have a son, Tim Raines Jr., who played for the Orioles in late 2001 near the end of Cal Ripken's career. And Tim Raines was actually acquired from another team to be the outfielder as well and play along with his son, Tim Raines Jr. Now, Raines Jr. did not have a successful career as his father, but Tim Raines, once again, did spend a little bit of time with Baltimore because, again, this is probably stuff you're just finding out, and you're probably saying, oh, this person really played for Baltimore? Now, another person I was going to put on the roster was Mike Yastrzemski. He's the grandson of Carl Yastrzemski, and he was actually with the Orioles, but he never made it out of the minors. He should have been on the Orioles in 2021 or one of them years, when Adley Rutschman was coming up and all that. Rutschman really should have been on the opening day roster in 2022, but he came up later. But Tim Raines, like I said, he spent just the one season. We'll see how he does. Now, here's a last-minute change that I made. I have Jerry Hairston Jr. at second base. Jerry Hairston Jr. spent a good amount of seasons for Baltimore from 1998 to 2005. He was a second baseman, and he was a pretty good hitter. I mean, he wasn't really like a power hitter, but he has a lot of family members that played too. I was going to put him on the family squad that I did recently, but only him is in the game. His brother Scott Harrison's not in the game, or any other people. But again, he spent a good amount of seasons with Baltimore, and you have to give him credit. I actually consider Jerry Harrison Jr. pretty underrated. And then for catcher, we have James McCann. Now, I really could not find anybody else because we don't have Matt Wieters, we don't have Charles Johnson or Rick Dempsey. Well, he would be on the all-time Orioles, and we don't have Chris Hoyles or Mickey Tettleton. That is somebody I'd like to see in the game, is Mickey Tettleton, because he was a switch-hitting catcher. But it is what it is, I guess. And people that weren't really all that great, like Geronimo Heel and Brooke Fordyce, they really weren't all that great, unfortunately. They struggled. And, yeah, we don't have Javi Lopez in the game. We don't have Ramon Hernandez or Greg Zaun until Matt Wieters came along, and now Adley Rutschman. But we also did have Pedro Severino, and that's pretty much it. Now on the bench, I was going to put Jonathan Scope in there, but we have Connor Norby, who pretty much was starting with Baltimore, but then he got traded to the Marlins. Then we have Justin Turner. He actually started his career with Baltimore around 2011. Then he went to the Mets and the Dodgers, and I think he also played for the Blue Jays and Red Sox, something like that. I think there's another team, I think the Mariners. I completely forget, but he did start his career with Baltimore. And here's another person that started his career with Baltimore, and that is Steve Finley. Yeah, I mean, I would have put him on the all-time Orioles, but he only spent 2 seasons, 1989 and 1990. He was doing pretty well in 89. He was doing all right, but 1990 he struggled a lot. He played left field and I think right field and a little bit of center field, but the Orioles traded him to as part of an infamous trade. The Orioles traded Steve Finley, Pete Harnisch, and Curt Schilling all to the Houston Astros for Glenn Davis. And unfortunately, that wound up being a very bad trade for them because Glenn Davis was injured for the Orioles, and he only played like 30 or 40 games that year. He rebounded in 1992, but didn't put up great numbers. And he struggled again in 93 and went down to the minors, and he pretty much went to a bunch of minor league teams, and he retired after that. So, yeah. But Steve Finley I consider very underrated. I like to get him a start on the roster. I probably would start him over Tim Raines, but I'm just going to put him on the bench and see if we get any playing time with him, but we shall see. And Austin Hayes will be the other person. Austin Hayes played for the Orioles from 2017 or 18, I want to say, till 2024, and was traded to the Philadelphia Phillies for Sir Anthony Dominguez. That wound up being a pretty good trade for us because we don't really do well with trades. Sometimes they're good and sometimes they're not. But the recent one we did, Connor Norby, and we also traded somebody else as well too, and I forget, it was one of our outfielders. We traded them for Trevor Rogers. That was a bad trade, very much. I'll think of that guy's name we also traded. But anyway, that is the squad. Now, for the rotation, here's who we have. We have Kevin Gausman. Now, he pitched for the Orioles from 2013 to 2018. He also pitched, I think, for the Atlanta Braves, and he also pitched for the San Francisco Giants and now the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, there is a live series card of him, and he throws a sinker. This one has splitter, slider, and slurve. So I'm just going to leave it as this one. I mean, and he will be getting the start because he's got full energy. Then we have Jake Arrieta, and he has no energy, unfortunately. I recently used him in a game. It was that recent one I did. I got off to a good start, but Jake Arrieta pitched for the Orioles from 2009 to 2013, and 2 years later he won the Cy Young Award and won the World Series with the Chicago Cubs. Yep, 2 things you'd like an Oriole pitcher to get, but the last Oriole to win a Cy Young, I believe, was Jim Palmer, probably in the 1970s or something like that. And the last time the Orioles won the World Series was 1983. Yep. But nonetheless, Jake Arrieta still had some pretty good seasons with Baltimore, even though he was traded in 2013. But I'm still putting him on the roster nonetheless. Now, this one I know should have been in the all-time Orioles game, but unfortunately I did not put him there because he was only there for just the one season. But I really should have, but instead I'm going to do it this way, and it's Corbin Burns. And of course, he only spent the one season with Baltimore and had a very good season, probably the best that somebody has done since Mike Mussina and Jim Palmer. Maybe Mike Flanagan. I mean, that's another person I'd like to see in MLB The Show is Mike Flanagan. Very underrated pitcher for Baltimore. He was a lefty, and then he went to the bullpen as well, and unfortunately he passed in 2011. Rest in peace, Flanny. He was definitely one of the best. But Corbin Burns will be on the roster, but he won't be getting started. It will go to, as I said, Kevin Gausman because he's got more energy. But there you go. Then we have Fernando Valenzuela. Now, yes, Fernando Valenzuela actually did pitch for Baltimore in 1993. And Valenzuela actually got off to a really good start with Baltimore. He was named the pitcher of the month for the month of July. But after that, he struggled, and so did the Orioles. They lost a lot of games in the month of August and September. That kind of happens, a lot of times with us. But he still finished the season 8-10, and he continued to pitch a little bit more after that. I thought he would really be a Hall of Famer, but unfortunately he recently passed too, and I think he deserves a spot on this Orioles squad. And then the last one is Jack Flaherty. Now, he pitched with the Orioles last year, and he could return to Baltimore because he is still a free agent. He had a good season with Detroit and the Dodgers. He won a World Series with them. The Dodgers don't need any more pitchers, but really, I think it would be fitting, for him to return to Baltimore. We need another pitcher. We already got our ace, which is Grayson Rodriguez, and we got Zach Eflin, and Jack Flaherty would make sense, to be a number 3 starter, and the rest of them probably would be Albert Suarez and Dean Kramer until Kyle Bradish returns from his injury, but it probably won't be until June or July, which is unfortunate, but I did put Kyle Bradish on the all-time Orioles. Anywho, there's the next person on the squad. Now, this bullpen, unfortunately, is really bad because of the fact that we have 5 pitchers that are below diamond and gold. But I put them on there for a reason, because he did pitch, a good amount with Baltimore. Just except this one, even though he pitched half a season, he didn't go on the all-time roster, of course, and it's Craig Kimbrell. He got off to a really good start with Baltimore, and there were mixed reactions, with Craig Kimbrell joining Baltimore because everybody was like, oh, I don't want Craig Kimbrell on here, because he, struggled with Philadelphia, but he actually was an all-star, I think, and I think he picked up his 300th career save or something like that. I don't really remember. But this is his card from 2013 with Atlanta, and yeah, he is a free agent still. He may go to a team, but probably on a minor league deal, but I really don't think he wants to pitch in the minors. But I put him on the squad nonetheless. Then we have Gregory Soto. Now, he is currently with the Orioles. He got off to a rough start with the Orioles last year in 2024, and this is his Detroit card from 2022, and he actually could do pretty well. I really think he'll turn it around. I mean, he had he started, turning it around like at the next half, like in the past 7 games or something, he was like 1 or 2-0, and his ERA was below 1.00, which was pretty incredible. So I'm going to put him on the squad, of course. Then we have Evan Phillips. Now, I do have another card of him. It's the Live Series one, and it's at Parallel 4, actually. But I'm going to go with this one just because it's a diamond, and this is from the Soul Series, excuse me. So he joins the squad. Then we have Richard Blyer. Now, this guy was part in the Battle Royale thing, and he was just a silver, reward card if you reach that level. But he's got a good pitch selection, actually, and same with Evan Phillips. Now, Evan Phillips pitched for the Orioles, I think, from 2017 or 18 to 2020, and Richard Blyer pitched for the Orioles for a good while, from 2015 or 16 to about 2019, something like that, and I think he was a very underrated left-hander. Then we have Miguel Castro. Now, I like his pitch selection, sinker, slider, and circle change. He also did get some pitching, like starting pitching with the Orioles as well, too. That was around like 2016 or 17, and he actually was doing really well. Then he left the Orioles and went to the Mets and the Diamondbacks. But even though he's a bronze, but we may not have to use him, depending how the game goes. Then we have a silver, which is Hunter Harvey. There were some other people I was going to put on here, but it was another common, and I'm like, wait a minute, what about Hunter Harvey? He's the son of Brian Harvey, who was a pitcher, and he throws a splitter and a slider and a 12-6 curveball to go with his fastball. And if we, may have to use the bullpen, he'll probably, get into the game, as long as it's not a bad game, but we shall see. Then we have Sean Armstrong. Now, this is a common, unfortunately, and he has a sinker and slider and cutter to go with his fastball. He did some closing pitching for the Orioles as well, but we don't have any flashbacks to these people, unfortunately, which probably would have been better, but it is what it is. And the last spot will go to Dylan Tate. I think he's a free agent, and again, he has sinker, slider, and circle change. And I think I used him. I did in an online game. It must have been like Battle Royale. But I like him. I always did. I was disappointed the Orioles let him go, because I liked the way he pitched. But, yeah. Well, that's pretty much about it. So now let's get into a game. We already went over the lineup. And now we'll get into a game and see if we can do really well. And we're going to play at Camden Yards if we are the home team. And we are the home team. We're facing the New York Dooms. He's got Greg Maddux on the mound. And his record is 367 and 383. So he's under 500. That may not mean anything, but we'll see how we can do with this. Alrighty. Do the best you can, guys. Yeah, he's pausing already. I've already thrown one pitch. I mean, I'm not hoping we get like a rage quit in this one. I'm hoping we just get a good ball game. Good pitch right there. Okay. Try the slurve. And he doesn't go after it. Okay. And hopefully this camera view is better too. I mean, I wound up making a change on the 4K capture thing, and hopefully this thing, is better than the other views that I've had. And of course he goes after the other ones, but now he is not swinging. Unbelievable. Already got 2 strikes on Soto. Caught a little too much to the plate there. Come on, dude. Will you please stop pausing? Oh, my God. Well, if he pauses, then I'll win the game, but we'll have to do another one, because we can't have a person rage in just the first inning. All right, here we go. Come on, strike this guy out, please. He's stealing. It's a strikeout, and McCann got him. No, he missed it. I missed the perfect throw, unfortunately. And again, I don't know why he keeps pausing a lot. I mean, probably may have a family and they probably need him to do something, or I don't know. It's not really my business. It's just something I'm guessing. He's going to steal third. Okay. He probably tried to hit and run. That didn't work. I'll try a splitter, see if he goes after it. Doesn't. Okay. Slurve. A little too much there. Splitter again. Oh, try and steal. He misses. Perfect throw, and he's out. There we go. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. All right. Either Luis or Louis Aparicio, any way you want to call him, but I think it's really Louis Aparicio. But facing Greg Maddux, and is this? It's parallel 1. Okay, for some reason I thought it was parallel 5. Come on, dude. Better watch the time. Because, again, if he runs out of time with the pausing, we'll still have to do another game. And I can't remember if I had Louis Aparicio in the all-time. No, I did not have him on the all-time Orioles for the I just foul. I had him for the all-time White Sox. I started him over Tim Anderson, which people probably weren't too thrilled about, but I did it anyway because Aparicio spent more seasons, I think, than Anderson. I may be wrong about that, but I think Aparicio had a bigger impact. That was a bad pitch. Now, Eric Davis is wearing number 44 in this one. Just a little thing to mention. He was I'm pretty sure he was number 24 with Baltimore. And it's not a retired number for Baltimore because for you Oriole fans, you would think it probably would be retired for Rick Dempsey because Rick Dempsey, one of the best Orioles catchers, but his number is not retired. Like same with Cal Ripken Sr. It's now worn by current Oriole Jackson Holliday. I know people probably aren't thrilled about that. He should probably be wearing a different number, like number 17 maybe, or something. But he chose number 7, and Cal Ripken was totally fine with it. Oh, man, there we go. That's gone. Is it going to reach the opponent's bullpen? It is. Nice. That's about 430 feet maybe. 443, okay. Good job, Eric Davis. All right, now Manny Machado. Nice one. Good eye right there. Yeah, this is the 99 card. They released this like about a little less than a month ago. Because when I did the all-time team build with the Baltimore Orioles, I did not include Manny Machado. And I'm sure people are not thrilled about that, but I've seen people use the out-of-position card, the Manny Machado out-of-position card with Baltimore, and they put him like in the bullpen. But I did not use that card. I didn't even include him in the roster. Now Jim Thome comes up. I got a little on top of it. I don't really think he needed to do that. But he got the out anyway. But we did get the run on the home run by Eric Davis, and we currently lead now. Let's see if we can get another strikeout with Gosman. No, too much of the plate. Get it, Hairston. All right. It'll be a fly ball for Vladimir, and he's going to make the out. Runner goes back to first. 1 out now. All right. Let's see. Get the slurve from Juan Devers and doesn't go after it. Let's try the slider. Going for the. Tried to hit and run again, but didn't get it. Okay. Splitter. Still not going after it. Come on, dude. All right, slider. And again trying it, and again foul. Doesn't go after it. Oh, my God. Gets past him, and he's going to get the second. Got the perfect throw, but, yeah. Okay. I don't really want to throw this, but I'm going to try the fastball. Oh, man, he just got under it. Thank you. All right, got the perfect throw with Reigns. Not going to get him to third. Good job. Well, we got him to ground out. The next batter, which was Gary Sanchez, and now Sammy Sosa comes up. And yeah, I know it's hard to believe Sosa, being an Oriole just the once in 2005. And like I said, it would have been nice if he put up the great numbers. Yep. Just inside. All right, got a full count now. Vlad on deck. See what he gives me. Got it off the end of the bat. I don't think that's going to drop. Would have been nice. Jam. All right, not a good inning there. I'm going to try the fastball on an 0-2 count. And I got him swing and miss. All right, 2 strikes on Ramirez. Fastball again. Got him. And Marte will fly out to Eric Davis for the third out. And here's a fun fact for everybody. I actually met Jerry Hairston Jr. I met him in 2005 at the Oriole Fan Fest at the Baltimore Convention Center. And crazy enough, I was hoping he wouldn't strike out. But it was not long before he actually got traded to the Chicago Cubs for Sammy Sosa. And that was a very big disappointment. I know he was probably looking forward to having another season with Baltimore, but pretty much I guess they wanted to trade him, to a different team and hopefully, be on a winning team because the Orioles still didn't have a winning season in 2004. They finished 3rd place instead of 4th place like they had been finishing from 1998 to 2003. And they almost finished last place in 2001, which is Cal Ripken's final season. But yeah, I'm a big Orioles fan. I mean, you all know that. And I'm sorry, I ramble on, a lot about that. Ramble on! But yeah. Freaking sinker. But yeah, that was pretty cool, when I met him. I also met Aaron Rakers, which was a pitcher for the Orioles. He didn't really... I mean, he pitched in 2000... I don't know if he did in 2004, maybe a little. But 2005 he did, and 6. I'm not sure about 7. But he pretty much didn't have a very successful career. I mean, he had, some wins and all that, but I think he shortly retired, like in 2008 or 9. It's going to be a tough play for Ramirez, but he got him. All right. Juan Soto will fly out to Eric Davis with first out. All right, 2 strikes on his Vladimir Guerrero. One after it. I'm going to try a splitter on the outside. See if we can dot it up, maybe. Okay, we'll take that. Not really a dot, but it is a strikeout. Little ground ball, Jim Thome, and that's the 3rd out. And here he goes in the pause menu again. He's got a lot of time, though. We'll see what he does. Man, what a pitch. Again, grounds out to the second baseman. I think that's the 2nd time Machado did that. I think Thome missed that. I mean, it's not really that deep to right field, only 373 as it says. He still flies out. Little fly ball to center field. Davis under it for the first out. Little fly ball to right. Guerrero not going to be able to catch up to it, and it's gone. And now we have a tie game. All right, 2-2 count on Sanchez. Got too much of the plate there. All right, 2 strikes on Rodriguez. Try a fastball outside. Got him again. 7 strikeouts. And when Sammy Sosa made his debut with the Orioles on opening day in 2005, there's actually a video of it on YouTube. It's on a channel on YouTube called Trust Your Stuff. And it's pretty much a channel that's uploaded a bunch of Baltimore Orioles stuff, and it is a really good channel. And there is a video of it on there. Sosa, you gotta be kidding me. He's under it. Wow. But pretty much in the game, Sosa actually had 2 hits in the game for the Orioles that day in 2005. He batted, I think he batted, I think it was 4th in the lineup, yeah. Because Brian Roberts was leading off, Melvin Moore at 3rd, then Miguel Tejada at short, then Sammy Sosa at right, Rafael Palmeiro at first base, Javi Lopez. We had a stacked lineup, too, in 2005, and unfortunately we couldn't do anything. We got off to a really good start. We spent a good amount of weeks, I think, in first place in the month of June. But then around the All-Star break, things started going downhill again. Yeah. Come on, I'm under it. Getting jammed with that sinker, unfortunately. All right. So ground ball to Thome, 1 out. Little fly ball to left field. Tim Raines under it for the 2nd out. Ground ball through the hole, and Soto's got himself a hit. That's only the 3rd hit for them, and we still have only 1 hit. All right, 2 strikes on Guerrero. Try a splitter, see if he can chase it, and he missed it. All right. Oh, come on. Good eye. Get through. Unbelievable. Oh, come on, drop, please. It's actually going to drop. All right, we'll take it. Any little that helps, like I say. We'll see if Eric Davis, can get him around to score. Something he can do. Besides that. Come on. I missed it. Well, unfortunately, they're going to take the lead. And landed on Utah Street, too. It was 446. Try to guess distance, but don't care. Yeah, he almost hit that one out with Soriano, but it's going to be stuck at the wall. One out. All right. Try slider, make it nasty. Nope, wouldn't chase it. Okay. Splitter, chase it maybe. No, he doesn't. All right. Why are you pausing? I don't understand this. All right. Slurve. Got a piece of it. Okay, fastball. Yeah! Strikeout number 9 for Gausman. And Sanchez flies out, and that's going to end the inning. But we're down 2-1 as we head to the 7th inning stretch. Thank God I'm a country boy. Get through. Of course not. And Machado doesn't have very much speed. Oh my goodness. God, Sosa. Chase that one. And we got Julio Rodriguez to pop up on a first pitch fastball. Come on, please catch it, Eric Davis. Just got past him and gets past Reigns. Come on, that's going to be a triple. Dang it. That was a tough play, unfortunately. We'll warm up Evan Phillips. Now we got to try and get out of this inning. Don't want that runner to come around and score, and he's not going to do it. Okay, good job there by Tomey. But now we still got to get the other person out. And Soto went right through the hole and got the hit, and now makes it 3-1. Unfreaking real. And now I'm probably going to have to bring in a pitcher. That wasn't a bad pitch, but Soto's swung low at it. I mean, he's swinging overly aggressive. He's swinging it a lot because he knows there's 2 outs. So now I'm going to bring him in and hopefully he gets out of the inning. All right, 2 strikes from Vlad. Steal, and oh no, Harrison went to second because he was stealing. All right, don't score, don't score, don't score. He's going to be out. Nice try, Soto. So close, yet so far. He brings in Kenley Jansen to pitch. He's a tough one, but hopefully we can do good. Goodness. Of course. Oh my God, I went. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, thank you. I thought for sure that I did. And I popped up, of course. Okay, all right, that's going to go down the line. It's going to be a double. There we go. All right, come on. Now we got number 9 hitter. I forget who it is. James McCann. I don't have a backup catcher, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to leave it as it is. I wanted to bring in somebody else to hit like Steve Finley, but I can't. I'm not going to play anybody out of position. No way. I'm not going to do that. Come on, McCann. Please do something. No. Please miss it. Screw you, Soto. Alright. Cutter on the outside. Dotted up. There we go. That's a dot. 2 strikes on Soriano. Try that pitch there. Yes. Okay. I think that's a sweeping curve. Alright. Try that cutter again on the outside. See if we can dot it up. Or he didn't even go after it. Okay. Sinker on the inside, high and inside. Well, we'll take that. Struck out the side. All right, guys, let's get something going. And now we got Louis Aparicio up. He doesn't even have a hit. I mean, I really want a pinch hit. I mean, maybe with Machado coming up. I mean, I might do that. And he's pausing. He's probably bringing in somebody. He brings in Felix Bautista. Oh, Lord. Well, let's do the best we can. Trying to get on base. Of course, throws that damn fastball. And it's going to drop. Okay. Threw the fastball a little too much there. All right. Who's up now? It's going to be Aaron Davis. All right. Yeah, he's going to stay in the game. He's done pretty well. All right. Could steal if I want to, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Just keep him on base. Don't want to get the risk of being thrown out. It's a 2-run lead for them. Oh, no. All right. Damn it. All right. I'm pinching in for Machado. I'm bringing in Steve Finley. He cannot bring in a lefty because he's got to face 3 batters, and this is the 3rd one. He's got to face him, either pitch to him or walk him. Damn it. All right. I'm on. Oh, my God. Don't pause. All right. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. All right. I'm surprised he didn't bring in a lefty. Instead, he brings in Mariano Rivera. All right, 2-0. Not taking, or well, I am taking on this one, not swinging. All right, probably would have been drilled if I swung at it. Now we got to count 2-2. And it's foul. Okay. Might have been a ball if I had not swung. And he struck me out. How lovely. Well, unfortunately, that was not good. I mean, Gausman pitched really good. Struck out 9. Did give up 3 runs. But unfortunately, they get the win. Oh, well. I thought it was a pretty good game, though. I mean, we did, the best we could, but I thought for sure, we were going to pull it out. But, so the squad with the players that played for the Baltimore Orioles, unfortunately, were very unsuccessful. But, sorry, I mean, we got off to a good start. But the people like Rafael Devers and Juan Soto, I mean, 2 people I really do not like in baseball, just had to pretty much ruin the day for us. But we tried the best we could. So, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Not a bad thing, a good thing. And you all take care, and thanks again for watching.